ಅಲ್ಲ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆದವ್ರು ಇಬ್ರು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇಬ್ರು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.
Okay, there is no choice.
And one topic will be has to be ಇದು.
Let's start streaming.
It should be recorded on cloud, right?
It is already live streaming, so I guess you don't have to do it.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
Sathya-mithya ji, should it be recorded on cloud?
Yeah, it's getting recorded also.
Oh, okay. Oh,
You can start.
okay. Hari Om to all. This is our third session of Jnana Bhargava group. Let us start with the prayer. Antarjyotihi Bahirjyotihi Pratyakjyotihi Paratpara Jyotireva Jyotihi Swayam Jyotihi Atmajyoti Shivosmyaham Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. With the blessings of Guruji, let us start our session today. Hope all of you have come prepared very well, and let us just see the way each of you will be presenting your topic. So Rupa is not there, and Sri Ram is the next person to go from the list. I am just reading out the names. He will be speaking on Atma-Anatma Viveka. And Padmaji is not there. So the Purvapakshi, that is questioning, will be done by anybody in the...
Lakshmi ji can do it because...
Oh, okay. Huh.
It might be general Purnima because I was not prepared for different. Anyhow, yes, ಅದೇನು ಕೇಳಬೇಕು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿ.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And who will keep time? Who is keeping time?
I will only keep time. Huh?
And how will you show it?
That. Or Kamalaji has come. Last time she only did. Maybe while spotlighting two of them, like how we did last time.
If you, for showing it, maybe if Kantiji is doing it, you can spotlight both of them, right? Like how it happened last time. Both the speaker and...
Kamalaji, can you do it? Can you keep the time?
See, yeah, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to, it is for 5 minutes, isn't it? How?
5 to 7 minutes. So 5 o'clock, 5 minutes, you can show one...
Like 5 minutes over.
It's 5 to 7 minutes, right?
Correct.
Okay.
5 and 7 you can show. So we can start actually, no? Kamala?
Yeah. Am I audible?
No, 1 second. Let me just open the timer in my mobile.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Sriram, you can start.
Okay. So, Hari Om to everyone. Pranams.
Just a moment. Kamalaji, to spotlight you, you will have to put your video on.
And she has to be co-host. Otherwise... Oh, yeah.
No.
Right. Got it. Fine.
Yeah. You can continue, Sriram.
Yeah. So, Hari Om to everyone. And Pranams. So we talk about Atma-Anatma Viveka. Let us first understand what Viveka means. Okay. So Viveka is something we all have naturally because of the gifted intellect that we have as humans. Viveka means discrimination. Discrimination is nothing but wise choosing. Wise choosing based on an understanding of something's value. So we understand the value of something, compare or whatever logical arguments we make, and choose or eliminate, whatever. Choose and eliminate. We are very good at discriminating objects in the world. We choose this is a good vegetable, that's a bad vegetable. This cloth, this dress is good for this occasion. I shouldn't wear this. This college is good for this program. I should go here. In the world, we are very good at discrimination. But we are not good at discriminating thoughts. There are innumerable thoughts that come in the day, around 60,000 thoughts. We are not good at discriminating thoughts. Okay, we get carried away. We don't even know that we can discriminate thoughts. 90% of the world suffers because they don't know that you can discriminate thoughts and you can be peaceful. How do you be peaceful? How will you get peace by discriminating thoughts? Let's say you have a jalebi. You put it in your mouth. There is bliss, sudden happiness. But the same happiness doesn't come to someone who has diabetes. The happiness is not in the jalebi, it is in you. When you put the jalebi in your mouth, the mind becomes silent temporarily. And there is bliss. This bliss comes because the mind became silent. So the happiness is within you. Anytime in life, when we have a goal, we work for it. There's a doing and there's a getting. We work for the goal, we get some result, we are happy. But we are attached to the goal. We are addicted. We think that goal gives happiness. Why not go directly for the happiness and not go through the goal? Happiness is here. Happiness is within me. I, as consciousness, am always happy. This understanding needs to come. How will this come? By discriminating. Discriminate the useless thoughts. Remove. Observe. Throw them away. Use thoughts for action. Understand that all the thoughts that I have for interacting with the world, all the suffering that is there, all the expectations, all those things are because of the understanding that I'm an individual. Discriminate. Understand where you have to see myself as a self and where you have to see the role. Discriminate between myself and the role. Otherwise, we mix up me and the body and everything. Everything is mixed up. So many thoughts. This is where Atma-Anatma Viveka comes in. This is an important aspect of understanding my true nature. Okay. You see, observe. There's a chair. I'm able to see the chair. I'm able to see laptop. I'm able to see the body. I'm able to see the mind, the thoughts. So many thoughts are there. I'm able to see them. You are able to observe. So that is not you. Discriminate. I am not the thoughts. I am the witness. Once this understanding is there, this understanding comes by applying Viveka. By understanding what is me, what is not me. That is Viveka. Once this understanding comes, you cannot get attached to the body. In Upadesh Sastri, Shankaracharya likens this to how you don't attach yourself to the waste that leaves the body. He says, Anatma is like the waste that is leaving the body. Do you claim the waste? Once it is gone, you don't even look at it. You understand, you have that understanding, the clarity that this is not me. You don't go and get it back, right? Once you have the clarity, once you have the Viveka of Atma and Anatma, how can you get tempted and get attached to the body. Just like you don't claim the waist is mine, how can you claim the body is me? So, Viveka, Atma-Anatma Viveka, the goal is to get the clear understanding of what is me, what is not me. Once this is understood, you can use discrimination on the thoughts. Use the Viveka and throw away the useless thoughts. Then there is peace. You are established as Atma and you know what is Anatma. You don't get attached anymore. This gives infinite peace, long-lasting bliss. Long-lasting bliss. You are no more in the cycle of suffering. You get something, then you lose it. Then you get something, you lose it. You are no more in that cycle. You have realized the source of the bliss. So now you are forever blissful. This is final. This can be achieved only with Viveka. When the ignorance is rooted out by the discrimination of what is truth, what is not truth. That's all. Hari Om.
What is the time taken, Kamalaji? You're on mute.
6 and some 15 seconds, that's all. 6 minutes.
So, Sriram, self-evaluation?
I think the timing was 5 to 7 minutes, right? Or was it 5 to 6 minutes?
5 to 7 minutes. You're
Okay.
well within the time, and that timing is...
timing was fine.
Yeah.
I think I had planned out the flow before, so I felt the flow went well. I think in the middle, somewhere, I'm not sure if including the discrimination against thoughts came out properly, but I felt the flow was planned out beforehand, so I think it was a good way of bringing out all the points. And I think I took an example from Upadesh Shastri, from what Guruji had spoken. So I think I went a little slower this time based on what I was told last time. So I don't know if it was too slow, but I went a little slower. So yeah, that's all I think. Is there I would like to hear from you.
Purnima ji will give the feedback about your talk now.
Okay. Lakshmi ji has any question for him? Or anyone has a question for Sri?
Actually, no questions. I want a little more elaboration on Anatma.
Okay. Atma is the self, the witness, the consciousness. In Sanskrit, you add with respect to the word itself, you add a negation, saying Anatma. Like, for example, you have Anta and Ananta. Anta is end, Ananta is one without an end. Similarly, there's Atma and Anatma. Atma, the self, and Anatma, one which is not Atma.
Not Atma.
So, one that is not Atma is what I'm able to observe. So, I am the witness. What I can observe is not me. I am the witness. So, slowly that comes from external objects. I am not this. I am not my profession. I am not the body. I am not the thoughts. I am not the mind. And finally, that's all. Atma remains.
Okay. So that means to say Anatma, to understand more clearly the Anatma. So this neti has to be taken.
Yeah.
Not me, not me. Not me practice has to be taken. Nothing
neti
is me. Thank you.
So Sriram, the flow of course was excellent. There's no doubt. And everything. I mean, you didn't refer to any notes and everything went well, except that, like Lakshmi ji pointed out, the definition of Anatma didn't come through. The basic definition of Anatma is that it is Jada, isn't it? Anatma is something which is inert, which doesn't have a life of its own. It's a dependent reality. That's the basic definition of Anatma. That should have come through. That was the that was missing. But otherwise, yeah, everything was fine. Yeah, you took the example of a jalebi as the anatma and how the atma gets the bliss and it's not from the anatma. All that is fine. But that clear-cut, distinction between what is atma, what is anatma, that was missing.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Purnimaji. Thank you, Shriram, for your talk. The next person to talk now is Anupama, and the Purva Pakshi is Deepa. Anupama will be speaking of Viveka.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Hari Om, everyone. Today I am going to talk about Nitya, Anitya and Viveka. So what is Nitya? The word Nitya we use in everyday terms like Nitya Puja, Nitya Karma, Nitya Anushtam. So the word Nitya directly means that daily, regularly or constantly. But when we take the meaning a little deeper, it says the Nitya means unchanging or eternal, everlasting, or the one which is not influenced by time or space. That is Nitya. So as we all are studying Vedanta, we directly say that Nitya is the self, the Brahman, or the bliss within us, the true self. That is Nitya. And what is Anitya? Anitya means that which is not permanent, which is perishable, which is temporary, which keeps changing according to time and space. And everything except Nitya is Anitya. For example, we ourselves are Anitya. Whatever we see like plants, trees, ocean, birds, our own relatives, parents, everybody is Anitya because nobody is going to be there always. And important thing is our thought, because it keeps changing every fraction of second, right? So it is Anitya. I want to say one a quote from Ramayana here. When in the Ramayana in Ayodhya Gandam, when Lord Sri Rama goes to forest and Bharata comes back and learns about Rama's exile, he become very much frustrated and go in search of Rama and finds him and asks him to come back. So in that stage, Rama explains to Bharata that Sarve Kshayanta Nichayaha Patananta Samuchrayaha Samyoga Viprayoganta Maranantam Cha Jivitam. He says that why are you so much worried and suffering like this, Bharata? See, whatever we earn, we keep with ourselves, it will go one day. When we go up, we have to come down. And those who are always being together, they will separate one day. So don't bother by this. This is the concept of this universe. It is always there, he says. And also he says, Sathya-mithya Ishwaro loke Satyam Padmashruta Sata. He says that there is only one Satya, that is only one permanent thing in this world, and that is there in you, in your heart. Please look into that. And I think Ramar has taken a class on Vedanta for Bharata there. So Viveka, next is Viveka. The definition of Viveka, we can say, when simply we say it is a discrimination, to know what is good or bad, what is correct or wrong. But when we are talking about spirituality and Vedanta, it is not just that discriminating between day or night or good or bad. It is the power to separate the visible and invisible forms within and around us. I feel it is my knowledge. Okay, and how I say to it is the power to separate visible and invisible forms within and around us. Means, see, I see certain things and I believe. For example, see, I see myself and see, oh, I am good, I am great, see, I have this much intelligence, oh, I am like this. But it is my vision, what I am seeing, is that real? No, it keeps changing. There are so many things that I don't know, but for that fraction of second or that minute, I think that is real. And the viveka is that when I observe my thought and say to me, and what are you're attaching yourself to this body, mind, and intellect, and are you really that? When the question comes to my mind and I'm able to observe my thought and correct that thought, that is viveka. And that is why I think viveka is one of the sadhana that one of the sadhana told in the fourfold sadhana chatushtayam, viveka. And when we practice this viveka, application of viveka with the knowledge of nitya-anitya, atma-anatma, sathya-mithya, then that application brings to the next stage that becomes the part of our life, which brings freedom to us. The what kind of freedom? It brings peace, and it gives the freedom that I am not this small. It makes us feel very much enlarged and one with whatever we see around. For viveka, I feel when I think of viveka, the best example I thought was talking about Lord Hanuman. In Sundaragandam, when he found Sita sitting on the Simshupa Vriksham, he was seeing, he saw that Sita was humiliated by all the Rakshasas around, and Ravana also came. He blasted Sita Devi like anything, and he was never carried away by any of the emotions or the situations. What he did was, and Sita was very much heartbroken. She was about to, she felt like I should die this very moment. But only through his words and his patience, Hanuman was able to bring hope and trust in Sita. He was full of viveka. He never, if I were in that position, I'll just jump and show, see, this is the ring given by Rama, please believe in me. But he never did that. He took his time, he developed the trust in Sita, then only he showed that ring of Lord Rama to Sita. And because of that viveka, he has got emotional stability and situational stability and clarity, bringing hope to the person around him and happiness in her. And that is the power of viveka. And thank you.
Now, Deepaji, can you ask the question to Anupamaji?
Can you explain nitya-anitya vastu viveka?
Nitya-anitya. Nitya is the permanent one, which is not changing, which won't change according to time or space. And anitya is the one that keeps changing, which is perishable, which is not permanent, which is irregular. Our body is anitya because we keep growing, we keep changing, become fat, thin, anitya. And our thoughts, we keep changing our thought every now and then. And anything around us, even the oceans become mountain one day or become land one day. And that is anitya. Anitya is the only one thing that is Brahman.
Yeah. When it comes to vastus, objects. So what Guruji says is we become the slave of objects. So that was what I was expecting from as an expression.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Thank you.
Self-evaluation of Maji.
Self-evaluation.
1 minute. Kamalaji, the time that is taken by your sister?
It's 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
My self-evaluation, I think I took more time. My flow was, I think, not very good. I have certain things in mind and I'm not put it in the correct place, I think.
You are very bubbly. You were so lively. It was a pleasure to listen to you. Whatever you wanted to say, you delivered very confidently, Anupama. Very nice. But the answer that came out in the question, that was the main part of that should have been the main part of your presentation. What Deepa asked you with the question, what is that? When you answered that, what is nitya, what is anitya, that should be the major part of your presentation.
Okay.
So, yeah. And yeah, see, I would end and you also said Atma, nitya, anitya and viveka. No, it is nitya-anitya viveka.
Nitya, viveka.
It is not viveka alone. It's not as a separate entity. We are not examining what is viveka, which is fine. Sri Ram also did this very good definition of how important viveka is and all that is good. But it is a prakriya. This viveka gives us the methodology to spot what is nitya and what is anitya.
What is anitya?
Yeah. So it is not 3 different terms that you had to explain. That was a little, I think, confusion on your part. Yeah, otherwise your presentation, everything was very spontaneous and bubbly and, very pleasant. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ask a question. Yes, Sri Ram, why not ask?
Yeah, while talking about nitya and anitya, there is a statement that everything in the world is anitya, as in everything in the world is impermanent. So, is that just something we say based on what we are able to observe? As in, I don't know, my phone is here, one day it breaks, or I grow up, my body is anitya, everything changes. So, is it just that based on what I'm able to observe, I'm saying everything is anitya? Or is it that there is some principle there that nothing in the world can be nitya? So let us say that someone someday comes up with something, an object that is nitya. Is it possible? And if it is not possible, why is it not possible?
Good question.
With my, according to me, the world I see or we say this is earth, this is world. That itself, that is our theory only. Okay, right? And is this the world going to be there all the time? In the similar fashion? No, right? Now the geography has changed. Before some 100, 200 years, the place where mountain was there, now maybe the mountain may not be there. And there is continental drifts happening. So basically what I can see, what I can sense through my sense is limited. And with that sense only, I am saying that this is world. And if that is the case, it is anitya only, right? It keeps on changing. So, and according to rishis, there are so many worlds, and what to say? And those worlds, there are so many universe they have found, and maybe with that black hole concept, even Earth will become vanish one day, and maybe after some millions years, the Earth like another planet may come out. So everything is anitya only, right?
Yeah. So that we are saying that based on our experiences and what we see as what the world is, and what we say based on what could happen to change what exists. So this is there now. This could happen to this, and it could change. So those we can say that. And is it that, are we saying everything is anitya only based on these inferences, or is there some bigger principle which can prove without any examples that yes, everything is anitya? You don't need to give examples to say it's anitya. Because of this, everything is anitya. So is there any principle like that?
Instead of going for evidence to prove anitya, we can look into nitya, right? We can feel that nitya, and when we understood, realize, recognize the nitya, then we understood what is anitya. We can be very much clear about what is anitya, and I think that was Rishis has done, and we are accepting it. We believe in them.
Okay.
They did it. That is their practice and practical knowledge that they have given us.
Okay. Yeah, nice answer. Yeah, thank you.
Well said. Very nice.
So, thank you, Anupamaji and Purnimaji, for your feedback. We will be moving on to the next participant. That is, it is Deepa.
Yes, Kanti. Hari Om, everyone. I'm going to speak on the given topic, nitya-anitya vastu viveka. Basically, Viveka means the discrimination of the right from the wrong, or separating out the right thing from the wrong thing, or any different thoughts that we have. We are discriminating the right thought from the wrong ones. It is one of the qualification, or you can say the qualities that a student of Vedanta needs. Fundamentally, the qualities of Vedanta are called sadhana, chatushtaya, sampatti. Sadhana is the means, chatushtaya means 4, and sampatti is the wealth or the quality. And the 4 qualities that we need as a student of Vedanta are Viveka, that is discrimination, Vairagya, detachment, and Shat Sampatti, 6 mental qualities, which consist of Shama, Dhamma, Titiksha, Uparati, Shraddha, Samadhana, and lastly the Mumukshatva, that is the desire for liberation. Now I'm going to continue with the nitya-anitya vastu viveka. Coming to discrimination, we are very much discriminative in the objective world. Like if we are going to buy a house, then we'll think much about it, and then we'll go ahead with what is right. But when it comes to the subjective world, where I am the subject, the discrimination is not as efficient as it is in terms of the objective world. And Vedanta actually teaches us the discrimination. This is about the subjective and objective world discrimination. Then coming to nitya and anitya. Nitya means eternal, permanent, that which doesn't change. And anitya is impermanent and which keeps changing. All our life, we actually try to gain happiness by achieving some goals. And we get happiness from that after achieving, but that will not last. It will be followed by unhappiness. But the purpose of my life or our life is to be happy, always. So that is nitya. Whereas the happiness which we get by achieving goals is anitya. So we are confusing the goals with the purpose of our life, and we keep struggling throughout our life. Then the only thing that doesn't change is is I, the subject. Everything, including the body, mind, intellect, keeps changing. But this I doesn't change. When we are in deep sleep, we feel blissful. So from this, we can understand that we don't need anything to be happy. And but when we work in when we are in this world, I mean, when we are working in this world, our mind won't be silent, and that's the reason to make the mind silent and to be peaceful, we need Vedanta for proper discrimination. Now coming to nitya-anitya vastu viveka. In the process of gaining happiness, we become slave of the objects, like mobile. Some of them can't be without, including me, not some of them, most of them will not be able to be without mobile. Even a single day, if I am without mobile, then it will be like I'm getting bored, not able to pass time. I have to watch Guruji's talks. So I'm dependent on the objects. I've become the slave of objects. Then a few things like I like to drink tea. And by the time it will be around 4 o'clock in the evening, I'll be thinking of it. My mind is programmed about it. Then do I get happiness drinking tea? Will be the question. No, it's not like that. It actually, I mean, the mind gets engaged with the tea, and happiness within me comes out. Happiness is within me. And if I think, even if I think the tea gives happiness, then it should give happiness to even others. Like some, though I like tea, my husband doesn't like tea. So the happiness is not in the objects. This is what I should understand. And Vedanta really teaches me this. It sharpens my intellect, and it makes me able enough to discriminate the nitya from the anitya, and train my mind in such a way that I'll not be dependent on the objects for happiness, and to choose the thoughts which can uplift me and liberate me. So here my monkey mind is trying to become a monk-like mind in this process. That's it. Thank you.
Kamalaji, what's the time taken?
6.46, 6 minutes and 46 seconds.
Well within time you finished, Deepaji. Anupama, can you ask the question to Deepaji?
Deepaji, you spoke very well. I can see your heart in your talk. It was a true talk. Okay, it was not anything like taken from book on reading. I wanted to know one application of this nitya-anitya viveka in our day-to-day life. How can we apply this concept in our day-to-day life?
Yeah. I like sweets, but my parents, they have diabetes, so I have the risk. Now I am nearly 40, and since I've got a family history of diabetes, and the diabetes already, I mean, they actually had it in their 40s itself. When my mother was 44 or something, she was diagnosed to have diabetes. So I am at risk. So I keep applying this Viveka in each and every sweet that I look at, and try to set my limit as to how much I should go for. So that is one application that I can mention. When it comes to nitya-anitya vastu viveka.
Can you give me another example where this nitya-anitya discrimination is very well, we can.
Yes. My mother, she is 60 now. Last year, she was diagnosed to have uterine cancer, and she had to undergo, now nearly, she has undergone four surgeries up until now, since last year. So when I came to know that they had hidden this fact from me for about 3 to 4 months, they didn't let me know about it because they believe that I am sensitive and I may not be able to bear it. It was really very much shocking to know later. I was not able to digest this for a few days, but then my sister actually kind of was like a Krishna to me. She guided me, and that is where I started applying my Viveka in this. So I can see what is Nitya and what is Anitya now. My mother is not permanent. It's not just my mother, none of them is permanent here on earth. That is how I can discriminate.
Great, Deepaji.
Thank you, Anubhav.
Can you do your self-evaluation, Deepaji?
Yes, Kantiji. I had started preparing when I came to know about the topic. I was so much into it that I irritated Kantiji that day. Then was feeling embarrassed. I didn't realize that everyone
Not
is
at all.
I forgot that everyone has gone through Tattva Bodha. I have not fully gone through Tattva Bodha. I am still in 35th talk now with Padmaji. I was looking out for this Jagat-Ishwara, that topic, which actually has not come until the talk T35. It comes somewhere, I think, after this talks. So I was looking for it. So I had prepared for it so many days ago, but then left it there. It has been 15 days now that I didn't touch these notes. Today I started preparing for it. Now when I was speaking, I felt okay. I'm okay today, better than the last sessions. Though not up to the mark, because here I find so many people speaking so confidently. I still not that confident.
It's your sincerity and dedication to the talk that is very important. From you are only saying that you have been you have improved a lot from your previous talks. So that itself shows your growth and progress. So be confident, rely on that and go forward. And Purnimaji will give the feedback now.
Thank you. Purnimaji, can't hear you.
Yeah, you weren't nervous at all. You spoke very confidently. There was no problem. You are very well prepared for the talk. There's no doubt about it. So you defined Nitya, you defined Anitya, everything you did. But then you spoke about your mom. I'm so sorry about that. whatever, whatever will be. But can you apply, you said the mother is Anitya. In what way is she Anitya? Did you define that? What about her is Anitya? And what about her is Nitya? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, her motherhood towards me, I mean, the motherhood that I have seen in her is a memory in me that will remain as a Nitya in my mind.
Is your
And
mind Nitya? How long will that be in your memory? Is your memory Nitya? Is your mind Nitya?
no,
You should, to the very last thing, you had to do the discrimination. What is Nitya? What is Anitya?
yeah, Purnimaji.
You're still applying it to, Nitya, Anitya, you're still within the framework of the manifest world only.
Yeah, I'm able to apply it just superficially, but not going deeper.
See, what about you is Nitya? You tell me. What is Nitya about Deepa? There is both are there, no, in you. There is a Nitya factor, there is a Anitya factor.
Yeah. Nitya is, I am the soul, that is the Nitya, and everything other than that keeps changing. My thoughts keep changing. The body is growing old, so it is also changing. My intellect, I think it is growing knowledge-wise, going towards Vedanta teachings, and trying to understand the Brahman. I mean,
Got it. So that is the discrimination which is important. About your mother also. What about her is Nitya? Same Atma only, no?
Yeah. Yes.
Both of you are Nitya only. There is no Anitya there. At the soul level, at the Atma level. Okay. Thank you, Deepa. Keep going. Very eager to listen to the next few sessions also. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Kantiji.
Thank you, Purnaji, bringing out the Atma, nitya-anitya viveka, and made Deepaji understand in a very simple way by asking her simple questions. What is nitya and anitya in her? So thank you, Purnimaji. And now we'll have Sublakshmi ji to give her talk on Satya and Mithya.
Kamala alva.
Oh, is it?
Table prakara Kamala ida. Can I go after that? Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Kamala ji, Deepa, can you keep the time?
Okay, just a minute, Kantiji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I start?
Just a minute.
So Kamalaji will speak on Atma-Anatma Viveka.
Start. Yeah. Yeah, Kamalaji.
Hari Om. So today's topic is Atma-Anatma Viveka. So in Vedanta, the very realistic method of teaching a concept is through a story. So I will also start with a story, which is given by Vidyaranya Swami in Panchadashi. It is the 10th man story. So a guru had 10 sishyas, and all these 10 sishyas had to cross a river for some work. So and they all started swimming and crossing the river. So they did the work, and when they come back, they started realizing that the water level is becoming more coming up. So they were a bit tensed, and each of them started swimming, and one by one they reached the came back to the bank of the river. So when one person came, they started counting the other person. So each of the 10 disciples counted the other persons and realized that, and they went and told the guru, Dashamaha Nasti. So 10th man is missing. So, and the Guru said, Dashamaha Asti, 10th man is there. So, he could not understand why Guru is telling the 10th man is there. So, then Guru said the Mahavakya, Tattvamasi. So, that is, the one whom you are looking for is none other than you. So, seeker is none other than the sought. So, that is the uh, Atma, that is you. So when you get into the features or characteristics of Atma is changeless. As so many people said, it is nirvikara, nirakara, akarta, abhokta. There are so many things which is permanent, and it is always gives the eternal happiness to us. That is Atma. So what is Anatma? So, when somebody asks you to introduce yourself, what will we say? I am so and so person. I'm so rich. Or we associate ourselves with some or body or relationship or the food we eat or the status of the society. There are so many things which we associate ourselves and think that we are that. We are that. So when somebody asks me who am I will tell that I am Kamala, which is name, which is Anatma. And when I am if I say that I am a lawyer, it is a profession, that is also Anatma. So when you why Anatma is required, when you know that you are that eternal bliss, why you need that Anatma? So we need to use this Anatma as a tool to understand and realize the Atma. So whatever we see in the Anatma is in material in nature. Those are all permanent. So what we need to, we every time we get connected to one or other thing in the uh, uh, in your daily life, we need to say it is Neti. This is not me. This is not me. So when whatever situation comes to us, we need to have that awareness that I am not this. I'm not limited to this situation. I'm not limited to this um, um, whatever it is. I'm sorry. So we need to have that awareness and finally understand that I am not limited to all these things, and I'm that Atman which gives me the eternal bliss and happiness, which is permanent in nature. So when we use this Anatma as a tool to realize the Atma, this concept is called Drikshya Viveka. So Hariom, thank you. I think it was very short.
What is the time taken, Deepaji?
Exactly 4 minutes, Kamalaji.
Who would like, Deepaji, would you like to ask any question to Kamalaji?
I'm not getting any questions in my mind.
Okay. Anybody else?
It's actually, it's not a question. What she said was very beautiful. I just wanted to express that. Make Anatma as a tool to realize Atma. So that was really very good. I just wanted to express that.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Okay, you can do your self-evaluation.
As I said, no, it is too short. Last time it took a lot of time, so this time it was short. I don't know if I have put my concepts properly.
So what you've done the best today? How have you? What do you feel about your talk? Time was short. Apart from that,
No, I started with a story. I and I defined one concept, and from that concept, I defined the another concept, and slowly I could make it. I could relate, and that's all. That's what I felt.
okay. Let us ask Purnimaji about your talk.
Yeah. So like you said, you had everything, you started with the story and then you defined and you related everything you did. But that story itself should have elaborated a little more. That would have been. So what is the 10th man who was missing? Where was the mistake the 10 people did?
Okay.
That was the crux of the story, no, Anupam, Kamla.
Ha.
If you had defined that, it would have been a completely full-blown 6-minute, 7-minute talk.
Okay.
That was the only thing which you missed. It's a perfect, beautiful story that you chose. So that you didn't conclude it properly is what I felt.
Okay.
Little
Right.
more thinking out of that story. What was the moral of the story was, if you had,
Missed.
yeah, that was missed. So otherwise, yeah, that everything you had planned out properly and you defined everything. That was the only thing. So take time about the story because that was the crux of the matter was in the story.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, Purnimaji, and thank you, Kamalaji. Now Sublakshmi ji will speak her topic.
Hari Om everyone. I am going to talk about Sathya-mithya Viveka. So everybody has spoken about nitya-anitya, Atma-Anatma, and now this is Sathya-mithya Viveka. So first we should know what is Satya. Satya, we all say truth. It is truth. Okay, no, it is not only truth. It is real. What is real is only Satya. So in our Vedantic terms, what is Satya? What is not changing? Which is permanent? That is Satya. Okay. So how do you establish that it is Satya? So to know that something about Satya, we should also know about the other terms called Asat and Mithya. So let us start about Asat. So for Satya, we say the permanent and then existence. So for everything, what we say, I was there, I was there, I am here, I will be there, I grew up, all this I is there, and that existence comes. So that existence part is Sat. So that is Satya. So the I is this I, of course, it is the self. Okay, so one part is that. That second part we say, so to establish more about Satya, we should know about Asatya. Asatya means which does not exist, which it is completely false. So there is nothing like that. Whatever is anybody is telling something is there, like man has a horn, rabbit has a horn, or something like that. No, it is not there. You cannot just accept it. Do you accept it? No. So that is asat. So now that is also called as tucham. In Vedantic terms, it is also called as tucham, which does not exist. So now there is one more thing, one more terminology Vedanta has given, which is more and more important for us to understand Satya. That term is mithya. So mithya, what is mithya? How do you identify that? So how do you say that this is mithya? Okay, let us say some example. Let us start with an example for understanding mithya. So Guruji had given the example of a shirt or a cloth. Okay, so this shirt, is it real? It is shirt, I am seeing that. I'm seeing that it is a shirt. Okay, is it really a shirt? So what is it made of? Made up of yarn. From where that yarn came? Cotton. So what is the original material of that shirt? Cotton. Are you seeing cotton there? Can you identify the cotton there? You are identifying with the shirt only. That means to say we are identifying the primary existence. There is the existence is available in that. Cotton exists in a shirt. So, but we are identifying as a shirt. So this identifying the existence as an object is called mithya. So it is one definition. So whatever we see, it is an object only. And object we are telling with reference to that object is, we can say with reference to that, like in cotton, the cloth and cotton example, shirt depends on cotton. Shirt cannot come as it is. So whatever is depending upon another, that is reality, depending on reality, that is mithya. So that is there. And then, so in this terms, so in Tattva Bodha, the definition can be said as the understanding, my understanding with reference to the reality of the object. So that is what in Tattva Bodha they say that. Okay. So, and here now coming to further differentiating between Satya and Mithya. Satya, we say it is self-exist, it is self and it is existing and it is permanent. It is, it doesn't depend on anything. Nothing depends on the self, doesn't depend on anything. Whereas Mithya is depending on other things only. Without that, it cannot be. We can also refer to our own BMI. Our own BMI as we can refer to as Mithya. Because this body depends on the soul, on the self. So once you cannot say, once you are observing, as one of the participants were explaining, the witness and observation is there, and then observation is there. That means you are not the body, you are not the body. Okay, that means it is also Mithya. Body, mind is also Mithya. So now what is actually Mithya? One more definition is very beautifully given. Satya plus name and form given to that is called Mithya. So that is the one of the definition. So for this, the example given is the material, that Satya is a plastic and the container is Mithya. So like Guruji giving the example of the pot and the mud. Mud is in that, but are you saying that it has a mud? No, but glass. But glass is again Mithya. So in that way it comes. So now there is one more example. So this, let us compare with Atma. So once with it Viveka, once we know that whatever is there Mithya, so and then if we come out of that and we understand actually what is Mithya and what is really Satya, that is real self. So then it will be very easy for us to with that discrimination, it will be very easy for us in our day-to-day life, understand whatever is Mithya, and then accordingly we can live our life. And here one more example Guruji was giving. There are two more examples. One is gold and another is water. Gold and necklace, ornaments, many ornaments are there. Ornaments are made up of gold. Ornament is Mithya. But do you say that the gold does not exist there? No, but and you don't call it as a gold. But gold is there in this form. Okay, gold is there in the form, and then wave and water example. So here, and that is how that particular discrimination, once we understand, it will be very helpful and for our and understanding the Vedantic teachings also. And I will conclude with the shloka in Tattva Bodha. Tattva Viveka Kaha Atma Satyam Tan Tat Tasmat Tat Anyat Sarvam Mithya Iti. So I'll be concluding that. So this is Sathya-mithya Viveka. Thank you.
Kamalachi, what's the time taken?
Yeah, I took more.
7 minutes and 40 seconds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will correct.
So, who would be going to ask the question? Anyone? Anybody to ask the question?
You can go with self-evaluation.
Self-evaluation.
Yeah. Yeah, I took more time because the explanation of Mithya was more. Maybe I made a less representation on Satya. It might be a little less, and I took more time to explain Mithya. And positively, I was able to give the examples from Guruji's talks and like gold, water, and shirt. Overall, there some more in-depth, this one should have been there, I felt. In-depth presentation should have been there. Thank you.
Over to Purnima ji for the feedback.
So you tell now, what is Satya?
Satya is permanent, eternal, unchanging, which will not get affected by anything. Only thing is, we superimpose all other things on Satya and make all that Mithya look as Satya, and we will go by that. So then actually that the thought that, but Mithya cannot be without Satya. Mithya is, there is it there. Mithya will be there, but Mithya can, but only thing is that separation. What is Mithya and what is Satya? That understanding, if it is there, it will be very good.
So, is it the case that if I know something, I mean, if something appears in my consciousness, it depends on me. It depends on consciousness. So that is Mithya.
No, we are applying, yes. See, on this the other object, whatever object, there is an existence in that. Okay, so in that we are applying name and form to that. So that Mithya comes. Otherwise, there is an existence in the particular object, whatever we see, and that existence is superimposed by the name and form. Which we call it as Mithya. And of course, it is through, from our consciousness only, from our understanding only, we will be identifying a particular thing as an object. This is this, this is that.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I have a question. So all the reflected consciousness is Mithya or Satya?
Mithya.
And how do we find Satya in it?
Yeah, well, see, that reflected consciousness, again, if at all it is very clear, you have the viveka, that discrimination to know that it is a reflected consciousness. Okay, so, and you are not superimposing anything on that. Then you are very clear on that. The BMI superimposition, nothing is there. Then it is Satya. Otherwise, it is Mithya.
So we have a lot of incarnations of God, right? Krishna, Rama, and all those things. In Rama, we say he is Satya Swarupa. So should we consider Rama as Satya or Mithya?
See, Rama in a form is Mithya. Rama as a Swarupa, Satya Swarupa, taking his character and they are taking as avatara. Okay, so then it is Satya.
Thank you.
Sorry, again, you said Chidabhasa or reflected consciousness is Mithya.
Yeah, once if superimposed.
Superimposed as in?
I mean, what I can say, like ego, superimposed by the ego, then it is Mithya only, because we have to erase that ego and then find our true reflected consciousness. Then only it will be Satya.
But ego is thought, right? And Chidabhasa is the one. Chidabhasa is the witness, is the one witnessing, and ego is a thought. Ego, I mean, Chidabhasa is the one who gets identified with the ego and thinks it's an individual.
Yeah, that is what I was saying. One identified along with the ego, then it is Mithya. And if at all that self knowledge is there, and with that awareness that Chidabhasa is clear without any ego, then it is Satya.
But how can Mithya become Satya then? It was Mithya
I am
earlier.
telling, no, it is, I am telling you, superimposition with the ego. Ego, if at all, I am seeing in the mirror, that one Guruji had given the example. I am seeing a mirror. I am seeing my own pratibimba in that. Okay, my reflection in that. But the whole thing, that mirror is not at all clear. Mirror is completely with the dust. Okay. Then are you able to see that reflected consciousness? No. That Chitabhasa will not, it is completely covered. That is what, when it is covered, when we see that, we'll see that is mithya. So once you completely uncover that, and with your with the knowledge and this one, then it is Satya.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
There are a lot of things here. I mean, you said a lot of things. Okay, Chidabhasa is Mithya or Satya? I'm only getting confused now.
See, whatever I have understood, I have presented. If at all anybody else giving the better, I will definitely.
Just one question you answer layer by layer. All of us will try to this thing. What is the requirement for Chidabhasa? What is the requirement for consciousness to be reflected? There needs to be, the mirror has to be there, no? What is the mirror for Chidabhasa to appear? Shriram?
Yeah, it's the manas, mind.
Antahkarana.
Antahkarana, yes.
Antahkarana. Is Antahkarana Mithya or Satya?
Antahkarana is Mithya.
Clear? Because in deep sleep, there is no Antahkarana also. Everything has gone back. See, that is one basic definition of Mithya is that which is not there in the beginning and that which is not there at the end. It appears only in the middle. That is called Mithya.
Okay.
For example, when I go to sleep, I don't have a dream. When I wake up from the sleep, there is no dream. In between, there is a dream. That dream is Mithya. So apply it to the waking dream. That is Mithya.
But isn't this more of a discussion about nitya and anitya rather than mithya and satya?
See, there are all different prakriyas to understand the same. See, another thing I wanted to bring out in this today's whole discussion, all of us spoke so much. It's all about avarana and vikshepa. Why is Atma-Anatma happening? Why is Sathya-mithya happening? Why is whatever other prakriya we spoke about, nitya-anitya? Why is it all happening? Because of avarana and vikshepa, isn't it? It is all the same truth to be uncovered by different prakriyas, that's all. It is all different prakriyas to understand the same thing. No.
Yeah, correct. I got that. But coming back, you said that what appears in the middle, but not there in the beginning or the end. That means it is impermanent.
Same.
So that is
impermanent is also
that
mithya.
shows it is anitya.
Anatma is mithya. Impermanent. They're all different terminologies to say that the world is. You can call the word anitya. You can call the word mithya. You can call the word anatma.
But why is temporary satya not possible?
Temporary?
Temporary satya, why is that not possible?
There are three types of realities. There is paramarthika, there is vyavaharika, and there is pratibhasika.
No, I'm talking about satya.
Paramarthika satya is the only satya.
Yeah, so why is it that, let us say I'm experiencing something, it is real. It's a real experience.
It is vyavaharika real.
Yeah, whatever it is real. So it's temporary, but it's real while it is happening.
Experientially real. Isn't it? It is
while it is happening, it is real. So just because it is temporary, why are we negating its reality?
You just go back to the dream example. For everything, that's the benchmark. In the dream, you feel you're falling from a cliff. You're sweating, you're scared, you feel suffocated. It is very, very experientially real. But it is factually unreal. You wake up and you laugh. That is how you have to define everything. And so we have the transactional reality, Vyavaharika Satya. Everything is real now for us. My headache is real. You have to take a tablet. in the transactional reality, everything has to be addressed at the transactional level. We cannot say, oh, my headache is unreal, it is mithya, and I cannot sit quiet. I have to do something about it. Pratibhasika is dream. The three terms we know, no? Paramarthika, that's the only ultimate Satya. And Vyavaharika is what every day we are drowned in Vyavaharika only, all of us. Vyavaharika reality. And then there is Pratibhasika, which is imagination, the world of subtle reality, world of imaginations and dreams. Okay, I think that's good. Just one thing we should have brought out something about Avarana Vikshepa, how all this confusion happens and what because of the confusion, none of us defined it properly. ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನ್ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
So, how was my this one?
You know everything. Everything is very clear in you. No, honestly, I can see that you know all the concepts thoroughly. But while expressing, there was little thoda confusion. Not confusion. It didn't come out, methodically.
Okay.
And the last shloka you didn't explain. Not all of us know Sanskrit.
It was time was up. Okay.
No problem.
Okay. Yeah.
All of us are doing a great job. I mean, whatever you do at this moment, that is really immaterial. How much research we all have done to come to this level. That is the takeaway from the whole thing, isn't it? Somebody said that also. Kamala said, I think. I have been preparing. Deepa said. All of us have gone through a lot of research for this, which is fantastic. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lakshmiji and Purnimaji. And I think this is the end of today's session. And we are at the end of it. And it was a wonderful session. All the five of you have done a wonderful job and doing a sincere work and putting the sincere effort. That is, as Purnimaji said, that is very important because we cannot give everything in 5 to 7 minutes. And there will be so many things that we would have learned, but we cannot talk it out. So that is something that we gain more than, and refining the way we talk is what we learn. The time management, then the important aspects must be prioritized. That is what we learn in this talk, because 7 minutes for any Vedanta talk is not at all enough. So that is what important thing and how effectively can we talk is what we learn here. And this was a wonderfully done by each of you. And thank you so much. And Purnimaji, can we end this with the prayer? I'll tell the prayer and we can end it. Asatoma sadgamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
Hari Om, everyone.
Hari Om. A very apt prayer for the talk today.
Hari Om, everyone.
Apt prayer would be Nanu Nanembudu Nanalla.
Shantiji, can you stop the live streaming?